Good evening, live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Here we present to you tonight's news bulletin. But first, the headlines. His Majesty the Sultan receives at Al Baraka Palace credentials of a number of their excellencies, the ambassadors of friendly countries accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. Oman Vision 2040 implementation follow-up unit reviews in a media meeting. Its report for the year 2022-2023. And the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning confirms that the structural scheme for Great Muscat is in its final phase. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. This time, of course, is the Maghrib prayer for Muscat area. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq received separately at Al Baraka Palace this morning the credentials of a number of their excellencies, the ambassadors of friendly countries accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Majesty received the credentials of Her Excellency Lenka Mihalikova, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Her Excellency Zuzana Chapotopa, President of the Slovakian Republic, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency Pascal Grégoire, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of His Majesty King Philip Leopold Louis Marie, King of the Belgians, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency Alfred Jacoba Kalisa, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of His Excellency Paul Kagame, President of the Republic of Rwanda, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency Gui Ibrahim Mombaru, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of His Excellency Ali Bongo Odimba, President of the Gabonese Republic, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency Vladimir Andres Gonzalez, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of His Excellency Miguel Diaz-Canel, President of the Republic of Cuba, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency Dang Xuan Zong, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of His Excellency Phuong Van Thong, President of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency Nuno Voltaire Mathias, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary by His Excellency Dr. Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa, President of the Portuguese Republic, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency Carlos Rodolfo Zapata, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Her Excellency Dina Ercilia Polwart Zigara, President of the Republic of Peru, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency Sasha Podlinsk, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Her Excellency Natasha Berk-Muzar, President of the Republic of Slovenia, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. During the side meetings with His Majesty the Sultan, their Excellencies the Ambassadors conveyed the greetings and wishes of the leaders of their countries to His Majesty the Sultan for good health, happiness and long life, and for the Omani people to continue progress, advancements and prosperity under the wise leadership of His Majesty, expressing their great honor and happiness to present their credentials to His Majesty. They affirmed their utmost efforts to promote the relations of their countries with the Sultanate of Oman in various fields in a way that serves the common interest of the Omani people and the peoples of their countries. His Majesty the Sultan welcomed the ambassadors, thanking the leaders of their countries for their greetings and good wishes, assuring them that they would receive all support from His Majesty, the government and the Omani people to facilitate their performance of their duties. The credential ceremony was attended by His Excellency the Minister of the Diwan of the Royal Court, His Excellency the Foreign Minister, Major General, the Commander of the Royal Guard of Oman, His Excellency the Head of Royal Protocols and the Military Escorts of His Majesty the Sultan. Annual report of Vision, Oman Vision 2040 was released today for the period 2022-2023. This came during a media meeting organized by the Vision's Implementation Follow-Up Unit. More details in this report.
With promising initiatives and projects that push the national economy towards growth, Oman Vision 2040 Implementation Follow-Up Unit released its detailed report. This came during a media meeting attended by decision makers within key sectors related to this vision and its focus.
The main purpose of the report is the public engagement and just to showcase what has been done in Vision 2040. And the report is divided into three pillars. The first one talks about the comprehensive delivery system, which looks at how the Vision 2040 follow-up implementation unit follows on the progress of the implementation of the vision. The second part talks about the priorities, the 12 priorities, and talks about the main achievements under each one. And the last part talks about the national programs and why they are important and the achievements under each program. Of course, the whole purpose of this engagement is also to share what's been done so far and also get input in terms of things that can be improved for the future direction as well.
The report included efforts made by all governmental units concerned with achieving the goals of this vision, in addition to approving the indicator cards for 40 governmental bodies and approving the annual plans for 50 governmental units before the end of last year. Additionally, the media meeting focused on the four pillars of the vision being a society with creative individuals, an environment with sustainable components, responsible state agencies, and a competitive economy, alongside of the 12 national priorities emerged from it. In addition to addressing the priorities of the private sector, investment and international cooperations, education and scientific research, national capabilities and natural resources. Also, the discussion included the development of 6 national programs in line with the strategic objectives of the 10th Five-Year Developmental Plan and the introduction of a set of enabling and supportive programs to accelerate the achievement of the vision goals.
Actually, the Sultanate of Oman is one of the countries who pay a lot of importance to the environmental sector. That's why the Oman 2040 vision stand on 4 pillars, among of them the environment and the natural resources. So that's why also the national strategy of the environment focused on achieve the national goals and also the international goals in order to improve the performance of the environment in the Sultanate.
It's noteworthy of mention that Oman Vision 2040 Implementation Follow-up Unit works to enhance the effective partnership between the entities and assist them in facing challenges while implementing their objectives. Oman Vision 2040 is our aspiration to move forward. Today, we witnessed the release of the Annual Report 2022-2023, only to indicate where we stand and what we should do to move with this great nation forward. For Oman TV, Ahmed bin Hilal al-Busaidi, Muscat.
Oman Vision 2040 is our aspiration indeed. The Minister of Housing and Urban Planning confirmed during the workshop that the structural scheme for Greater Muscat is in its final phase, indicated that the plan will make a quantum leap. The ministry stated that the plan will support the idea of economic blocks, noting that the metro tracks are specified in the plan in addition to the tunnel between Al-Amarat and Bosher. The project comes as a part of an integrated spatial and development plan that enables it to accommodate the increasing population growth, attract investments and boost the economy. The Minister of Culture, Sports and Youth held a ceremony for honoring the winners of the Sohar Prize for Critical and Research Studies in its second vision in the Wilayah of Sohar in the Governorate of North Al-Batina under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser Al-Harrasi, Minister of Information. The study entitled The Contemporary Omani Poem Between the Rhetoric of Simplicity and Mystery Poetry won first place for Dr. Hafiz Muhammad Jamaluddin Hafiz. The ceremony included the screening of a short film about the Sohar Prize for Research and Critical Studies and the honoring of the jury and the winners by His Excellency the Minister of Information. It's worth noting that the award will continue every 2 years and it will be printed in books to be a research product produced by the award, and it will be available to the Arab researchers and scholars interested in Arabic and Omani literature. Vice Admiral Abdullah bin Khamis Al-Raisi, Chief of Staff of the Sultan's Armed Forces, received a delegation of the Association of Retired Officers in the State of Kuwait, led by Major General Faisal Musad Al-Jaraf, head of the Board of Directors of the Association of Retired Officers of the Kuwaiti Armed Forces, Vice President of the International Federation of Veterans of Middle East Countries. During the meeting, the two sides exchanged cordial talks and discussed a number of matters of mutual concern. Vice Admiral Abdullah bin Khamis Al-Raisi, Chief of Staff of the Sultan's Armed Forces, received a delegation of Japan's Ministry of Defense, led by Mayura, Director General of International Affairs at Defense Policy Office at the Ministry of Defense of Japan, who is currently visiting the Sultanate of Oman. During the meeting, the two sides exchanged views of points and discussed a number of matters with mutual concern. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and yet to come in our news bulletin. The activities of the Grapes Festival in North Al-Sharqiyya Governorate are inaugurated. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. An annual conference on creative thinking organized by the Minister of Labour kicked off in Muscat. The two-day conference titled Think Like a Chief Executive Officer seeks to practice simulation and digital leadership applications, impact specialized skills that help develop better working teams. The event ushers in adaptive and innovative culture, raise contextual intelligence and improve human-digital partnership. The conference, which introduces a new concept of modern leadership, lays emphasis on grooming a new generation of leaders by utilizing a set of empirical simulation methods to develop creative thinking and increase the effectiveness of both institutional and individual excellence. The conference includes a number of working papers focusing on the target mission to be undertaken by innovative teams and individuals, as well as the role of leadership in a sophisticated and challenging world. The opening ceremony was held under the auspices of His Excellency Sayyid Salim bin Musallim Al Busaidi and the Secretary of the Minister of Labour for Human Resources Development. The Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources celebrated the graduation of 60 female trainees in the first batch of rural product program targeting female entrepreneurs in the field of agriculture, fisheries and related fields. The program was designed in cooperation between the Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources and Oman Development Bank to fund the projects of rural women and to support them in the production, manufacturing and marketing aspects of entrepreneurship. The graduate projects included the production of honey and its derivatives, the production of eggs and poultry, and the cultivation and production of strawberries and roses. The graduation ceremony was held under the patronage of Her Highness Sayyida Muna bint Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Saeed, Assistant Vice Chancellor of Sultan Qaboos University. The College of Banking and Financial Studies, in collaboration with the Central Bank of Oman, inaugurated FinTech Professional Certificate. The inauguration ceremony was held under the auspices of His Excellency Tahir bin Salim Al Amri, Chief Executive Officer of the Central Bank of Oman.
The College of Banking and Financial Studies, in cooperation with the Central Bank of Oman, launched a professional certificate in financial technologies, FinTech, which is the first of its kind in the Sultanate of Oman. The program is designed to keep pace with recent global developments in the field of financial technologies.
So the FinTech landscape in Oman over the last 3 years has been developing, where today we actually have an awareness. So going forward for the next few years, we can build on this awareness and create capabilities, and those capabilities will benefit the country and its people. FinTech professionals, there will be a demand for those professionals. And as long as there's a demand, then the industry is growing. And people will notice as the industry grows, actually there are benefits not only for the consumers, but for businesses to make transactions more efficient.
The 8-month course of the program is divided into 2 areas: leadership and technologies. It is crafted to graduate students who are familiar with global experiences in modern technologies related to the financial field, and who are equipped to take in private and government jobs in this field.
Way of doing business is changing. Now you have mobile accounts, you have e-payment systems, you have digital assets, you have different things going on around you, and you have artificial intelligence and robotics, which will be replacing you. So in order to be relevant in this field, in this transforming time, you need to have very advanced skill set. And for that, we are launching this certificate in which we will train you for 8 months for this FinTech transformation and make you ready for the market.
This step marks the beginning of an important journey for the college towards playing a leading role in achieving excellence in education and training in the field of financial technology, not only in the Sultanate of Oman, but also at the regional level. It's worth mentioning that registration for FinTech program will begin July 21st, 2023, and studies will start next September.
And now to this story of North Sharqiya Governorate, where the activities of the Grapes Festival were inaugurated today in the Wilaya of Mudhibi. The event was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Saeed bin Mohammed Al Sakri, the Minister of Economy. More details in this report.
الروضة village in the Wilaya of Al-Mudaybi in North Al-Sharqiyya Governorate is renowned for cultivating some of the finest types of grapes, besides other various crops. Coinciding with grapes harvest season, the Office of the North Al-Sharqiyya Governor, in cooperation with the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources, and several public and private sector institutions, inaugurated the activities of the Grapes Festival.
We have seen many varieties of grapes. Some of it is local, some of it is imported. And I think this kind of festival is about to bring about the necessary awareness of the importance of the agriculture sector in Oman, including the grapes and other agriculture products.
Around 45 grape growers from various governorates participated in the festival, showcasing about 35 grapes varieties. A number of SMEs also exhibited grapes-based food products and grapes farming equipment.
About 45 participants from different governorates of Oman to show about 30 varieties of Omani grapes or grapes that grown in Oman here. The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources have many programs for supporting the farmers in Oman, like giving them education, and we have all projects that can give the people good varieties to grow it instead of the Omani old varieties. And also we help them for doing irrigation system or new irrigation system instead of the old irrigation.
The festival, in one of its dimensions, aims to boost tourism in the region. The first day witnessed a huge turnout of visitors from inside and outside North Al-Sharqiyya Governorate to obtain various grape types, including the Omani, the white, and the Lebanese.
Grapes Festival is very unique festival. It's happened here on the first time actually. It's very important in touristic wise actually. They are attracting the people, they are attracting the farmers in economics wise, touristic wise, in establishment of hotels, industry. It's very important. Increase the movement of the touristic movement to the location, to this North Sharqiyya, to the hotels, increasing number of the occupancies in the hotel.
This is my first visit to this festival, grape festival. I have seen a lot of types of grapes, and also we try some juice, grape juice, and other products of the grapes. And also we have seen a lot of families from around of the Sultanate of Oman, which is they are growing the grapes in their farms.
A symposium entitled Investing in the Grapes Crop in the Sultanate of Oman will be held on the second day of the festival, along with other events, most notably children entertainment theater, media competition, and photography competition.
The festival is a platform not only to promote the cultivation of grapes, but also to foster a culture of investing in this crop due to its significant social and economic values. From the Wilaya of Al-Mudaybi, Salih Al-Khalfan, Al-Rahbi, North Al-Sharqiyya Governorate.
What a wonderful celebrations there. We are all tempted by that grapes there. We felt like we are there enjoying with them. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin. And here are the headlines once again. His Majesty the Sultan receives at Al Baraka Palace credentials of a number of their excellencies, the ambassadors of friendly countries accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. Oman Vision 2040 implementation follow-up unit reviews in a media meeting its report for the year 2022-2023. And the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning confirms that the structural scheme for Great Muscat is in its final phase. And with that, we do end this news bulletin, edited by English news team led by Ahmed Al-Habsi, the crew team led by studio director Abdul Ghafoor Al-Ghafri, and camera operator Lamial Hashmi, visor by Majid Al-Raqadi, sound engineer Saeed Al-Hamdani, video operator Salman Al-Amri, auto cue operator Munthir As-Salami. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin. I'm Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubi'i signing off for now. Good night.